TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who Dat and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who Dat in all of us.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons. We won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, Who Dat Nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Who Dat to the Black and Gold Nation. We in this thing, man. Saturday installment of the Coma. TSC Saints getting close to naming head coach. Much love to the great Saint think tank. And like I've been saying for some time now, welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking it with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q. I'm in the building. Much love to the great Saint think tank. I appreciate you guys for being on the Saturday night stream with me. Please feel free to hit the like button. Please feel free to hit the notification button and the subscribe button and join the great Saint think tank today. Much love to the fam. All right, so in this one, fam, we're going to talk some stuff. I got a few articles I'm going to go over with you guys, but really, we're going to just pretty much open up the lines of communications over the next 2 hours. I'm going to have to cut it off at that point, but just let the Who Dat Nation get their thoughts on how the process is going with the Saints. And the fact that we are looking at the Saints interviewing multiple coaches, Aaron Glenn, Dougie Peterson, who since took the head coaching job for the Jaguars. We're also looking at Dan Rizzi, whether he'll be given a shot. Now we know Dennis Allen was interviewed, and now Eric Bieniemy is thrown into the fray. And we talked about Bieniemy. It was also a request put in and granted for Byron Leftwich, and that one it's looking like, according to some of the insiders, that interview is not going to happen. So this was some coming in here from WDSU's Kansas City assistant their offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, who's a New Orleans native, is set to interview for the Saints position. According to information, it's going to be tomorrow that the Saints interview him in the Metairie facility. So far 5 of the candidates have been interviewed for the Saints head coaching job, and according to Jeremy Fowler of ESPN reports that the Saints will interview KC offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy for the job on Saturday. So as you can see, here it is on Jeremy Fowler's tweet. As he drops the science, he drops the knowledge on the deal. So that interview will take place on Saturday, along with head coach Andy Reid. Bieniemy is credited for creating the KC offense that allowed Patrick Mahomes to become an MVP. And Bieniemy has interviewed for close to a dozen NFL head coaching positions. He's also mentioned in the Brian Flores' litigation that's going on. He interviewed close to a dozen positions. He also was raised in California. The 42 was born in New Orleans, a 52-year-old, excuse me. Others who interviewed for the Saints job, of course, we talked about Dougie P. Aaron Glenn, Brian Flores, Darren Rizzi, and of course Dennis Allen, who some people say, and then I agree with them, is the forerunner for the position of head coach. And of course, word on the street is once this interview is completed Saturday, the call is by Sunday, between Sunday and early next week. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Sunday that they'll be naming the next head coach going into this upcoming the new era of football for the black and gold. Bieniemy is a good guy to interview for. So we'll see how that all shakes and goes as well. Let's get into another article here from what is this, from Fox Sports. It's talking about Dennis Allen appears to be the favorite for the Saints job. Allen is the team's defensive coordinator currently, and of course he's the front runner for the job. We knew this when Coach Payton, who retired a while ago, who retired quite recently, named a successor, pretty much naming him and putting his rubber stamp and saying Dennis Allen should be the guy, yada, yada, yada. He's, has experience and all that kind of stuff. Whether it's losing experience or not, he has experience. And I think that he's learned a lot as being the defensive coordinator under Coach Payton. It was a disaster when he took that Raiders job. I'm not going to, it's a total different situation. I think it's pretty much like autopilot. You know what I mean? If you name them, not listen, a lot of people are not for Dennis Allen. They want something different. And some people are more traditionalists. They want to keep what was in place going because if it ain't broke, don't fix it, even though it does need improvement. The Saints went all the way down. They gambled. And really, the true crutch of the matter, how the Saints season ended, like last year, 9-8, not just to see 19, but when you give up, when you had to get from up over $100 million in cap, don't think that's not going to have some ramifications because the Saints had to then rely on a lot of inexperienced players, wide receivers, tight ends, and draft picks and things of that sort to try to help win games. And be it that they won, they could have made the playoffs with a couple of more wins. We were horrible at home this year. Absolutely miserable, terrible, funky, rotten, stinking, decrepit at home. And had we beat at least the Giants, who were beaten by 11 points in the Superdome, Saints would have made the playoffs. Now, how far they would have got, that have been up for discussion because injuries, C-19, and all the other stuff was going on. But the bottom line is that there's going to be some impact when you come from $100 million. You got rid of a lot of really talented players. Emmanuel Sanders was one of your top people who led the team in receiving last year. When Mike went down, he wasn't there. Mike Thomas himself was gone for the entire season. You had flux at the kicker position up until, you had one kicker that finally was able to stabilize it because Will Lutz was out. So it's kind of a situation where he has an offensive coordinator. We know Pete Carmichael turned down an opportunity to interview for the head coaching job for the Saints. Perhaps he felt like he wasn't going to get the job. But pretty much a lot of the staff that Dennis Allen would keep is still in place. It wouldn't be a very difficult transition. And of course, with Mickey Loomis, before the process started, Loomis was saying that he didn't want to blow up the team, and this is not that kind of a situation, and all this kind of stuff. So those little hints, those little clues that he was dropping kind of led me to the thinking that this is going to be a Dennis Allen situation. But that you just can't plug right into it. They just got to go and walk the walk, so to speak, to satisfy certain standards that have to be upheld before you get the job. So we'll see exactly what's going on, man. But I like Eric Bieniemy a lot. I really do. Hell, I like Brian Flores too. Those two guys are really smart football coaches, and especially Flores, man. He got to work on some offensive game. But he's a young coach that should get that Houston Texans job. But we'll see how it all shakes. He's the most qualified of the candidates that they have there. And if they pick somebody else, it'll be a crying shame. But as far as the Saints situation is concerned, I think this will be, they're not looking for a difficult transition. They're looking for an easy transition into the next realm of things. And like I said, Coach Payton already pretty much rubber stamped his successor. So we'll see how it all twists and turns. Let's get into the article right here, fam, and talk about it. As the New Orleans Saints are leaning to promoting defensive coordinator Dennis Allen To the head coach position, that announcement could come as early as next week. Sources close to the team said. Some I've heard between Saturday and Monday or possibly Tuesday of next week when the Saints are named the job. I wouldn't be surprised it'll be Sunday. But General Manager Mickey Loomis, it's not all done just yet, though. He was close to concluding interviews for the opening late Friday. Allen's special teams coordinator, Darren Rizzi, Kansas City offensive coordinator, Eric Bieniemy, have interviewed or were interviewing in Metairie at the team's headquarters close to this week. Now, we know that Bieniemy comes in tomorrow. I mean, actually, well, today, to be honest with you, but they conducted the interviews today with Bieniemy, and we'll get some more information later on today, exactly how that situation will play out. But Loomis' company previously interviewed for the Dolphins at Flores on Tuesday, the same day, a lawsuit by Flores against the NFL, and he did tell him that the Dolphins, the Broncos, Giants for discriminatory interview practices and other issues was filed in federal court in New York City. He was very impressive. Loomis said, "We had a great interview." Loomis said Flores informed him of the lawsuit after they were done interviewing. Loomis interviewed Detroit Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn, former Saints assistant coach, on Wednesday, hearing during the NFL Senior Bowl week as well. So kickoff for the Senior Bowl All-Star game was earlier today on NFL Network. So anyway, early in the week in Metairie, Loomis interviewed former Philadelphia coach Doug Peterson, who later took the Jacksonville Jaguars head coaching job, and we're going to take time. Says Loomis, Wednesday in Mobile, we have a set of criteria. We're just going to go through the process. Our head coach is the face of the franchise, the direction we're going to be headed. I think it would be a real desirable place, and I think we're desirable for a lot of reasons. I like it to be someone who coaches here for 16 years and had a lot of wins like the last one. And of course, they go over some stuff with Coach Payton. They go over other things as well, and we go from there. So, anywho, as you could tell, Dennis Allen and Mickey Loomis. Now, and listen, fam, this is really not a big gulp in time here in terms of what we think this is going to be. Now, we could be surprised here. There are surprises. And a lot of people won't be enemy for the job because of they want new blood here. A lot of people's not confident in Pete Carmichael. A lot of people not confident in Dennis Allen. They like him as a defensive coordinator, but not as a head coach. Well, I get you on that. So it'll be up to talk to Sean. Well, no more talk to Sean. It's just talk to nobody. You hadn't named the damn guy yet. But, my opinion, family, is pretty much that I think what happens here, I'm going to just keep it real deal, a $1.15, is I think that all those things can happen. I'll be surprised if it be anybody that's not Dennis Allen. The Saints are traditionalist minded. I think Dennis Allen's the guy. A lot of people felt Dennis Allen was the front runner of the entire process. The Saints was just going through the motions of appeasing the Rooney Rule like all these other teams were doing, the ones that he was bucking. So at the end of the day, that was what was going on, baby. So very interesting, very interesting. But at the same time, like I said, when the process is all called, I, for one, will say it will be Dennis Allen more than likely tomorrow or Monday. They'll make the call and start the next era of football with a new head coach. I like Bieniemy, man. I like Bieniemy and Flores, man. But we'll see, fam. We'll see. I just the feeling that I got that it'll more than likely be Dennis Allen moving forward. So anyway, let's keep it going, fam, in this thing. And of course, the Saints participate in NFL practice day 1 and 2 for a lot of our players. And I'm going to get that visual up on the screen. A lot of our guys are practicing and doing the Pro Bowl thing as well. And we get some pictures in this thing as some of our guys are doing the Pro Bowl thing. So let's get them on screen right there. As you can see, that's AK-41, baby. And they're the best running back in the business there in the game. You see JT Gray is also there. That's Cam. Cam was doing his thing today. And Cam, listen, bro. Cam had a very special second half of the season. He just exploded into the atmosphere with a great year for Cam Jordan. It was. He represents it there. You see JT Gray. It's his first Pro Bowl appearance. But just more in the same when you talk about the black and gold, bringing in guys like JT Gray. Deontay Harris was a Pro Bowler in the kick return game. JT Gray led the NFL in special team tackles. And of course, this is what the Saints do. We take guys undrafted, even guys that are 3rd round picks, 4th round picks, 5th round picks, 6th round picks, and 7th round picks, Marcus Colston, and turn them into viable, productive football players that come in and step up to a higher level. That's what the Saints do best, man. 3rd round pick Alvin Kamara here, undrafted JT Gray. So I mean, it's just phenomenal, man, just to think about what the team has done in doing this. And of course, Cam was a 1st round draft pick, and we developed Cam into something very special. So we're seeing some of our guys out there on the practice field having a little fun right there. As you can see, the whole squad there for the Pro Bowl 2022. And it's cool, man. It's cool to see our guys out there doing a thing. So Killer Cam, baby. Killer Cam. So much love to the fam. Appreciate all y'all being in the live stream. At this point in time, give me a second. I'm going to drop a link in the chat. We'll be running with you guys up until I say maybe about, well, it's not fair. It's almost 8 o'clock. So I want to be fair with you guys. I say about to 9 o'clock. We'll have the lines open for communication. We got a special guest that'll be coming on the show with me. I'm gonna bring on, a lot of people been asking about my son, man, and my son is a smart dude. He's pretty cool, smart guy, man. He knows about football, and I just appreciate him following the platform. So we're gonna bring him on in a minute. But before we do that, please feel free to hit the like button. Hit the like button. Join the Who Dat Nation. Join the Great Saint Think Tank as well. So much love to the fam. Let me go ahead on and give a shout out to the family members. Gabe Thomas, Who Dat to you? Kai, the great, Who Dat to you? 3 L's in the building, Who Dat to you? The True Hurts in the building, Who Dat to you? Much love. Fire, Man in the Hellcat, Who Dat to you? Fam, appreciate you. Saints Pelicans Nation says our next coach, he the only one have an interview at the Saints facility tomorrow. Out of 5 coaches, Saints said they have interview and going to make a decision by the weekend. This is true. All right. What's up, Saul Stowe? Who Dat to you, fam? Appreciate you. Who Dat Dana? What's up, Queen? Who Dat to you? Jasper in the building. Who Dat to you? Brother Eric's in the building. Who Dat to you? Brother Torres in the building. Who Dat to you, fam? Appreciate you. All right. Nolan's 504. Who Dat to you, brother? Appreciate you being here as well. Ant-Man in the building. Who Dat to you? All right. What's up, fam? YBJ 504. Who Dat to you, fam? Appreciate you. Farouk Obasi. Who Dat to you? Ant-Man. Who Dat to you? Robert. Who Dat to you? GM Kev. Who Dat to you? Slade. Who Dat to you? Brother Mose. What's up, Brother Mose? Who Dat to you? I hope you got some sleep, man. We was on the Pelican post-game report for 4 hours last night, up until about 3 o'clock in the morning, man. We was talking some hardcore Pelican stuff. It was fun, man. Always good. Love the Pelican post-game report. Seabrook Fishing Sinkers. What's up, Brother Mike? Who Dat to you as well? Pelicans Nola. Who Dat to you? And the rest of the fam, man. Appreciate your official young Nola. Who Dat to you, fam? He says, y'all want Alan or Eric? Which one y'all in the chat? And we saying, we're gonna see. But who we want and who we gonna get is 2 separate things. You know, we're gonna end up with probably Dennis Allen. You know, I'd be surprised if we go any other way. What's up, Demetrius? Who Dat to you, fam? Tramal, who Dat to you as well? Lamar, who Dat to you? Purple Marcus, what's up, little brother? Who Dat to you as well? Brother Jerry, the OG's in the building. Who Dat to you, brother Jerry? What's up, Kim? Who Dat to you, Queen? Much love to you. And the rest of the fam is in this thing. Brother Trey, who Dat to you, man? Much love to Trey as well. All right, Brother Wallace is in the building. Who Dat to you? And all the fam, much love to everybody in the building, baby. Much love. Appreciate all y'all. Brother Larry, who Dat to you? JT, who Dat to you? Tyrone, who Dat to you? All the fam, all the fam, all the fam. Free Game, what's up, Free Game? Who Dat to you? What's up, John? Who Dat to you? Brian, who Dat to you? Eddie, who Dat to you? So like I said, fam, much love. What's up, Jerry? Covington in the building as well. Who Dat Daddy? Who Dat to you, fam? Appreciate you. Brother James, how you doing, man? Said, what's good, Q? I think it's too good to pass up Bieniemy. I like Diaz, the head coach as well, but offense might suffer. Bieniemy will keep offense moving. The question is, will DA be cool with that? Hiring Bieniemy, keeping Dennis Allen, would that be something that Mickey Loomis tell Bieniemy? Will he be that strict and stringent on who he hires? I don't know. I think Mickey is cool enough where he said, listen, man, you can hire and bring in your own staff and do what you got to do. Interesting, man. Ken Rosser, who Dat to you as well? Much love. What's up, Larry? Who Dat, fam? Bieniemy. So a lot of family members. What's up, Tim? Who that to you? Yeah, I know Jeannie says DA. I'm with you on that, bro. I'm thinking it's going to be the same dude. But anyway, questions, comments, put them in the chat. We'll open up the chat in just a moment. But, I'm going to bring my son in right now and let him talk to you. So I'm going to bring in little Robert to the stream. Robert, welcome to the stream, my brother. How you doing, young man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Okay, could you sit up a little bit so we can see you? Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. All right. How's everything going in your world? Is everything all right? Are you eating good? Living good?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Yeah, I know you are. But anyway, man, let's talk some Saints, man. I got my son on the line, man. He the future. He the future of the sports coma family. It's about time, man. He been asking me for years to come on and talk Saints, and this is the first time I'm doing it. Shame on me for finally dragging my feet to get him on. But here you go. But Rob, listen, let me hit some, well, first of all, welcome to the show. It's your first time being on the show. I know you watch the show all the time. Let me talk to you about the Saints. First and foremost, Coach Payton retired. I know you was telling me about that. Let's talk some more about what Coach Payton gone. What did Coach Payton mean to you when he retired, and who do you think his successor should be?
I don't really know. I don't know who his successor should be, but I mean, when he retired, I couldn't think of who else could take over for him as coach. Because when he was here, he had actually a pretty decent job with us. We won a Super Bowl, and we did good, but I don't know who could actually be his successor. If he was, if I just don't know who could be his successor right now.
Okay. Well, I mean, you familiar with Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs. Brian Flores, who was the coach of the Miami Dolphins, he got fired. Those are guys that he answered. Dennis Allen, who was our defensive coach, defensive coordinator. We did a pretty good job on the defensive side of the ball. So, so you don't have to pick from the guys that I just give, but who do you think would be a good coach and to lead the Saints into the future? Who do you think? Brian Flores? Yeah, I like Flores too, but I don't know if he realistically will get the job. Bieniemy is cool. He was born here, but raised somewhere else. But it'll be interesting to see if we go with a guy that was born here as well. All right, so let's keep it going in this thing, man. Much love to y'all. We got my son Rob. Finally, I got him on the show. Big ups to Dada and the rest of the fam. True Louisiana. What's up, boo? Who that to your fam and the rest of the family? Appreciate y'all being in this thing. Larry says, Bieniemy I really like, and I'm looking at the facts on boosting the offense, and Russ was chilling with AK and Cam Jordan. I seen him chilling with him, and then there's more rumorville coming out. Talk about what's up, Aaron? Who that to you, fam? Appreciate you being here. All right, thank you. All right, so that's the intriguing thing about what happens with the Saints head coaching position with a lot of people. Me, myself, and I think it'll be Dennis Allen making a call. So that's what's going on. So anyway, let's keep it moving. Let me open up the lines of communication. If y'all have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to throw them in the chat. We'll be going live with the show up until I say about 9 o'clock when we got to cut off and run. So let me go ahead on and stop babbling about this thing and go ahead and bring y'all in. And my son Rob is going to ride shotgun with us for the summation. So any questions, concerns, feel free to ask me. Feel free to ask him. All right. So DJ says the franchise has been an NFL outsider bounty gate. The Rams no call. If any team can break the cycle of black coach blackouts, it's the Saints. EB is my choice. Thank you. Appreciate the call right there, DJ. All right, JT. All right, giving shots out to Rob as well. All right. So Tim says nervous. Rob not lamping. All right. All right. So let's keep this thing going, man. We're gonna put the link in the chat right there. But Rob, talk to me about how you think the Saints did this year. What's your thinking on the Saints? They finished 9-8 this year. What's your thoughts on the Saints? How you thought they did this year?
I think they did pretty good. For the second half of the season, defense was starting to step up. All-star quarterback is probably one of our top needs right now. So I feel like we can get that. But overall, I think we did pretty okay.
All right, we didn't make the playoffs. I mean, but what do you think about that? I mean, Saints didn't make the playoffs. That was a thing. That was tough on me not making the playoffs, being that we had that string of games when we was making the playoffs. So that's who should the quarterback be? What you thinking on? Who do you like the Saints to go after the quarterback? Who do you think the quarterback should be in the future?
Somebody like I'm not sure who should be. Like if we draft one or pick one up at free agency.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a couple of guys that need to be traded for. I mean, there's a few free agents that'll be out there. Some of the bigger names need to be traded for, but we'll see who's the coach is and move forward. But all right, we got a few family members popping in. We're gonna go with Purple Marcus first, and him and Rob can have an interesting discussion. All right, Purple Marcus, welcome to the stream. How you doing, bro?
Good. Well, I like what you're saying. I like what you're both saying. And to start off talking about the Saints and coaching quarterback, I think there's a couple guys that I like from the draft. I don't really want to get anybody from free agency unless it's Jameis leaving our team. And then basically, I would like to go out and get Baker Mayfield. But I think the reason why is because he can show glimmer when, you need to show glimmer. And he's shown to be a good enough quarterback to lead a team. And with the weapons that he's going to have in New Orleans, it's going to be, he's going to be able to produce. And it doesn't matter if it's going to be as much as he produces with Cleveland, because when you look at what he produced with Cleveland, it was decent numbers. Finally brought him to a playoff berth, and I just think that he could be the guy, Jameis, or I think it was Carson Strong from Nevada, or that Cincinnati guy. But those two who are from the draft, those are the only two guys that I really want to look at in the draft at quarterback. And then the receiver, it's all over the place. Probably going to go receiver first round. They get a quarterback maybe second or third. But what are your thoughts and your sons?
All right, Rob, you want to answer that first, buddy?
Yeah. We are all over wide receiver right now. So I agree with Purple Marcus on that one. So the quarterback, I could go with Carson Strong, but honestly, I would want like somebody like Malik Willis or somebody that's younger or better. I feel like we could keep Jameis after the animation. So I do agree. We can get like wide receiver out of the draft. I really don't want nobody out of free agency. Whatever we can get, and I would take basically everything. Whatever we does to get better, I will take it.
Yeah, there was a lot going on in terms of the draft. We got our resident expert, KT. We'll be bringing him in momentarily to give his thoughts on it. KT popping up right at the right time. I know he gonna have a lot to say about the draft. But yeah, the quarterback position, man, listen, it all changes now with whoever the coach is gonna be. The thing is, do the Saints start, in terms of the quarterback situation, do we groom a young quarterback moving forward? Or do we just go and get a veteran quarterback? Do we then try to go to Seattle and go and try to get the ever-changing mind of Flip Wilson, who keep flip-flopping all over the place on where he wants to be? I want to be in Seattle. No, I want to see who I want to go. No, I want to be in now. He all over the place. Aaron Rodgers is another dude, and they got several talked about. Who else is it? There's a few other guys out there that's intriguing. They keep throwing Jimmy Garoppolo at me, talking about we're a destination for Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm not a Jimmy Garoppolo guy. I don't like Garoppolo. I think Garoppolo is a quarterback. I just don't like Garoppolo for this squad. I like Jameis Winston way over Garoppolo. So listen, outside of that, they got other things, but we'll see where that goes moving forward in terms of the quarterback. It all depends on who the coach is going to be and that offensive philosophy.
Yeah, but I mean, Garoppolo, He's not. He's garbage. He had Tom Brady for a couple of years, but he's a bum. He's a straight bum. He has George Kittle. Number 44. I forgot his name. Uh,
Kyle
Samuel.
Juszczyk?
Yeah, I mean that fullback is the best in the NFL right now. Then he has Samuel, running back, sweet guy. He's an OW. I mean,
Yeah.
I can go off on Jimmy Garoppolo for hours because he had Tom Brady. He knew how to sit. All he had to do was just sit behind Brady, wait for him to retire, and then start going. Besides a couple good games with all those weapons, and then that in number 11, it's been pretty bad. I mean, but Garoppolo's not the guy. Baker Mayfield, I'm not sure about him. I would like to see him maybe as an experiment, but I don't I don't think he's gonna come here. I think we're just gonna draft a quarterback or keep Jameis or Taysom's gonna get a shot. But Taysom's probably not gonna get all that reps and running backs with the new head coach. Or with the new head coach, he's not gonna get a lot of that stuff. But some of these guys that they're throwing around like Derek Carr, he's a bum too. We should not get him.
I don't like him.
But yeah,
You calling David Carr jalopy? Is that what's going on?
Yes, he's not good.
he's a bum.
For real.
I'd rather get
We in the boxing game. They call bums cab drivers. Is that what you calling them? Man, your cab driver?
Sure. I mean, but I'll probably get Marcus Mariota than him, and that's he can do some stuff. Marcus Mariota can do some stuff. I like to see him with the Saints because he can make some questionable plays sometimes, but he can do something. But yeah. So, coaching, I think that Blair Forest is going to be the guy, or for Brian Flores is going to be the guy, or Dennis Allen, most likely Dennis Allen.
I gotta agree with you on that, Marcus. I think Dennis Allen is the guy. I think this is the whole thing. I ain't gonna call it a sham, because sometimes you'll interview somebody and you really like them, and it'll put a thought in your head, man, should we go after this guy and put him there? But when Coach Payton stepped away from the Saints, they did have a pretty good pool of coaches to pick from. The thing is, are the Saints serious enough to give these guys an opportunity to take the position? So that's the thing that I'm looking at, or it's just all dress up as they just go through just appeasing the Rooney Rule so they can get on to make it official by hiring Dennis Allen. That's what I'm pretty much thinking is going to be. So, but yeah, go ahead, and then Robbie, you give your thoughts, and then we got Wallace and brother KT on the line.
Yeah, I get what you guys are saying. I want to say something about like Russell Wilson and like Aaron Rodgers and then quarterbacks. He's probably gonna go to the Broncos. Russell's probably gonna stay there because he has a lot of stuff there. He has a football team. He has a big house there. He has a lot of stuff there. And then Rodgers, I mean, his receiver Devontae Adams, he's probably gonna be a copycat wherever he goes. Devontae Adams gonna go right with him because Devontae Adams is not gonna be the same guy without him. And he knows that, so he's taking advantage of it. And Robert?
Somebody in the chat said Deshaun Watson.
No.
No.
We're not going to trade that much for him.
Get for Deshaun Watson? No. I don't want him. He good and all, but no. Honestly, about the Aaron Rodgers thing, I totally agree with that. I still don't want to see. If we have to, I don't want to see it, but no, I wouldn't go with Aaron Rodgers. Baker Mayfield is somebody I probably would not take for the reasons. I don't really have a reason. Just watching him and with the Browns, I don't really see him as a starting quarterback. I mean, he can start, but I don't really see Baker Mayfield as much. I'd rather re-sign Jameis Winston.
Yeah, like it's what you're saying. Baker Mayfield did the same thing that Case Keenum did with him, and he's the backup QB. when you're doing as good as the backup QB with Case Keenum on your team, you got to be questioning, am I the guy? Am I not the guy? Am I that good? You know, but I understand what you're saying. He's probably, if we even think about getting him, it's probably just gonna be like an experiment. We're not gonna want to pay him that much. Probably tell him that if we trade for him, probably gonna tell him to take a bunch of pay cuts. But yeah, thanks for having me.
I appreciate you, Marcus, bro. You terrific. Appreciate finally got you and Robbie on the same line. I know you was asking about getting them on the show, and then you the first one there. So appreciate you, young brother. You keep up doing the great work, and we appreciate you. Who that to you?
Who that?
All
Thanks
right.
for having. Thanks for having me. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Purple Marcus.
All right, there you go. All right. I think you got a friend now. All right, so let's keep it moving on up in that thing. We got brother KT in the building. KT, what's happening, brother?
What's up, Q? Finally got you. Got
All
on
right,
at the
bro.
new crib. You see, I repped out Louisiana Beard Gang.
There you go. Where you been, bro?
Hey, enjoying retirement, taking it one day at a time. Now, shout out to brother Marcus. I done caught a couple of his mock drafts, very informative. Young brother knows his stuff.
Right.
Now, I'm gonna be real with you, Q. I checked out this season. I still rooted for the team, but I was of the mindset, don't mess up our draft pick.
Okay. So I know you got something, KT, on that you got thinking about. Now, is the quarterback? I know you gonna talk about Strong. You're gonna talk about Willis. I know they guys that might be on your radar. I know the Saints spoke with both of those guys. But talk to me about how you feel about who they're looking at.
I watched the Senior Bowl today. I like what I saw from Malik Willis. Strong, I was high on, but it looked like he's going to need a good combine to help re-increase his stock because he looked awful today. Now, Desmond Ridder was somebody I was high on, and he kind of validated it, but I see us, if we go and get him, it'd probably be round 2 or 3. So what I see our biggest needs being wide receiver 1, quarterback 2, offensive tackle 3. Wide receiver, no disrespect to the Ohio State guys, but Garrett Wilson reminds me of a more acrobat, look like a cross between an acrobatic Michael Thomas and Anquan Bolden. That's good, but we need somebody to stretch the field. Olave reminds me of Terry Glenn. Not saying that's a bad thing, but if Traylon Burks from Arkansas is there, let's go get him. That's a faster, more athletic Marcus Colston who can do everything from bubble screens to run verticals and everything else. Now, if we go quarterback in the first round, say take Malik Willis, there's a brother from Penn State, Jahan Dotson. I would definitely love to have him because he has AB talent and none of the crazy. And Q, don't faint when I say this. Your son's on, so I'm going to try not to cuss. Bruh, I feel you on Jimmy Garoppolo. I would rather have Short Bus Sammy as my quarterback.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, no. I got a new one in the draft that I'm going to make fun of. The guy from North Carolina, whatever his name is, I call him bootlegging Baker Mayfield because that's what his playing style reminds me of.
Well, I tell you what, bro. I know you. Well, you know about the draft, bro. And I was looking at a few people getting familiar with some of the guys in the draft, bro, in the process. And wide receiver is a interest. Now, if Peyton was here, I would say, Saints ain't looking at no wide receiver. Sean Payton not taking the wide receiver with that first round draft pick. I would say that, but with Peyton out of the way, there are 2 really sterling things going to happen here. The Saints that's a reality. Wide receiver is in play, and they don't have to be from Ohio State.
True, but they have some good players like Haskell Garrett.
Yeah.
Regardless of Ohio State, that brother can ball. We could put him next to Onyemata and have a bookend deep tackle with pass rush ability.
Right.
The brother who's caught my eye is the linebacker from Jackson State. He has been balling. I caught him in the Shrine game, and the NFL Players Association Bowl. That brother can ball.
Yeah,
James Houston the fourth, that's his name.
James Houston. I was looking at, I was checking out some of the wide receivers, bro, for the Saints this year in terms of the draft. And this was something recent that just occurred because when Coach Payton got out of the way, I was like, yeah, we definitely need some work at the wide receiver position because, number one, we don't have enough wide receivers. I mean, well, I ain't going to say that. We need more explosiveness at the wide receiver. We need a little bit more playmaking at the wide receiver position. We need some help at the tight end position. I think perhaps I'm not really confident in Nick Vannett. And I'm still kind of, if it's Dennis Allen, I'm saying it's going to be Pete Carmichael operating this thing. But regardless of not, we're going to still need some help in the draft because we're going to be cap strapped. We're not going to be able to have to compete with most of these guys in free agency to get that talent. So the draft more than likely will be how we obtain talent, at least for this year. So yeah, we're looking at, you talk about Garrett Wilson and Jameson Williams. Some of them guys might not be there when we pick. But
don't forget Trey Burks. Maybe.
Yeah, Trey Burks from Arkansas. Yeah, he's another one. People, I don't know if I seen tape on him. It's a lot of people kind of boosting him up there, bro. And the kid could play. Don't get me wrong, but they trying to compare the man to Megatron and all that kind of stuff, man. So
No.
Don't do that.
He reminds me, like I said, I could see a poor man's T.O. I can see a more athletic Marcus Colston with speed because of his size and his run after the catch ability. Now, if none of those are available, I could see Jalen Tolbert. I'm not sold on him just because of what happened with Quan Baker. Quan Baker didn't get a chance to shine. Now, like you said, it depends on the coach. If we go Dennis Allen, we're going to go with the status quo. If we bring Eric Bieniemy back home, he's going to try to have a track team out in wide receiver.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe the Saints wide receiver is one of those positions. Wide receiver and offensive line is the two positions we're going to double dip at. So if, say, for instance, we get Jahan Dotson, dude is a deadly route runner with speed and run after the catch ability, and he's tough.
Yep.
If we decide to get a big physical wide receiver, we still can get Pickens from Georgia, or we can go get Justin Ross. I'm the only wide receiver I'm not sold on, and I wish this brother well. It's the 5 guy from USC, Drake London, because he reminds me of that 6'6" wide receiver we got out of Rutgers, Brandon Coleman. You got all those physical gifts, but you're not dominating on tape. Why are you 6'5" in a slot and you're not bullying people? You're not creating separation on routes. It's just contested balls. And you said this yourself, Q. College is different from the NFL. You may be able to body those little defensive backs, but you get to the NFL, you got 5'9" guys that are pit bulls that will chin check you.
Yep. Yeah, and a lot of the little guys got a lot of heart, man. They're not gonna let you push them over and do all that old kind of stuff. And Brandon, what's his name? I forgot it. I pushed him out of my head. Big sorry wide receiver we had that was 6'5".
Brandon Coleman.
Coleman, that was big as hell. Soft as Louisiana style bread pudding. He just couldn't do a thing. I mean, he was just as sorry as he can be. And I mean, in terms of him, and I'm like, guys that are 5'11", that you're supposed to be jumping over their heads, hurling them guys. He was letting them muscle him and all kind of. Ain't that no way in the world that was supposed to happen?
Dude was softer than 2-ply toilet paper in a bubble bath listening to Drake.
He was super soft, bro. Super soft. All right, let's Rob. You have been looking at some of the draft players. What you think about the draft, buddy? Let me get you on in the draft talk. Who you like, bro, in the draft? Who you think the Saints should go? Wide receiver, quarterback, running back, defensive line, cornerback. What do you think? Where do you think the Saints should go?
Don't forget safety.
Yeah, safety too.
I feel like we should get like a wide receiver a quarterback, maybe, and another defensive lineman behind Cameron Jordan and David Onyemata.
Well said, young brother. Here's somebody I want y'all to keep y'all eye on. There's an edge rusher from Western Michigan, Ali Fayad. He may need to bulk up in the NFL, but that dude's first step is awesome.
You say you're a defensive end from edge rusher from where?
Western Michigan.
Okay. Old Western Michigan.
Ali Fayad, Fayad.
Okay.
Now, their wide receivers, there have been some ones. I almost forgot about Jameson Williams. He may drop, but the only way I see the Saints going QB in the first round is like if Malik Willis is there or if Desmond Ridder just tears up the combine, because Desmond Ridder can see over the line. He's mobile. He's not as mobile as Willis, but he still can kill you with his legs. Everybody wants to hold the Alabama game against him in the playoffs, but you got to remember, Alabama doesn't restock, they reload.
Yep. That's right. That's right. You're absolutely right. That's what they do.
I'm going to have you and your son put on y'all GM hats. I ain't going to do the Deacon Who Dat voice, baby. I ain't going to do the American Dream Dusty Wolves. But put your GM hat on. So we're at 18. Jameson Williams is there. Traylon Burks is there. Malik Willis is there. And say, for instance, that big brother, that defensive tackle from Georgia is there. The one they nicknamed Godzilla. Who are you taking?
Oh, man. Damn. That's a tough one, bro.
Q, if I gave you a softball question, you'd be like, come on now, KT, what's wrong? You feeling all right, brother? That'd be like Willie making fun of anybody named Lamar.
Well, bro, listen, that's a lot of good players there, bro. But from the Saints' perspective, man, we're gonna be picking in the middle of that thing, man. So about 18. So, man, let me see. I have to think about it, KT. I'm gonna have to think about it here.
Okay, Rob, what about you? Jameson Williams, Trey Burks, Malik Willis, and Jordan Wyatt. All are there. All are needs. All are elite talent. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it in terms. We're gonna go throwback. Your daddy gonna film me on this. You in the grocery store.
Jameson Williams. What you
they got?
Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams, Trey Burks. I'm just saying this. Q. It's like when we was kids.
I like Williams.
So now instead of getting that cheap cereal, you can get the name brand cereal you want, and your parents can't tell you nothing. What you going for?
I'm going for that name brand. I want that cheap stuff.
Name brand.
So
you see that?
You got name brand cereal. You got Jameson Williams.
I should have said the cheap stuff. I'd have saved some money. See,
you can't do that now.
Yeah, see that? I'm the parent now. So I'm thinking like I was a child. I want the name brand stuff.
I want to do the name brand stuff, especially if it's there and it's available, because you know they have sales now. Yeah. So you got Jameson Williams. Has the potential to be your number one receiver. Run after catch ability. He can fly. He's a big wide receiver. He just needs to bulk up. You have Traylon Burks. Big wide receiver, can run after the catch. You have Jordan Wyatt, a dominant defensive tackle who can hold the line and let everybody else run free. Yeah. Then you have Malik Willis. So, say, for instance, we get Bieniemy. Bieniemy is going to want his own Patrick Mahomes. Whatever coach we bring in, Flores, regardless, is going to want their own quarterback. So, what position are you taking care of?
I mean, if that is indeed the case, and using your scenario that Bieniemy is that guy, you're absolutely right. He's definitely going to want to bring in his own, establish and get his own quarterback down here. And Willis is definitely intriguing. I watched some plays on some tape on Willis. We watched him during the season, man. When we was doing the Tough Tiger Talk stuff, I was looking at some of his highlights. So from out of Liberty, the kid could play. And of course, I know the Saints were talking to Strong out of Nevada. And then they had some mock drafts that was trying to put Matt Corral and the Saints together. I don't think he falls that far.
I don't want Johnny Football 2.0.
But that was the thing. He was built up with the system of Lane Kiffin, and a lot of people might be thinking that he might be gonna be the first one to get off the board.
I don't want Q. I don't want Kenny. As long as we don't get Kenny Pickett, when the highest praise they can give you is remind them of Derek Carr, and I have nothing against Derek Carr. My dad is a Raiders fan, but no. We need not a game manager. We need that long-term answer for the next decade and a half.
I mean, but wouldn't that type of athleticism bode well for a guy like Corral? He gives you that. He improved as a passer.
I'm not going on the analytical part. I'm gonna have to break out my Interscape balance. I'm just going off eye test. There were certain games he wowed me. Then it was certain games I'm like, if I was your coach, I would embarrass you in front of your mama, your girlfriend, your daddy, grandma, the family dog, cousin Leroy, little brother Peanut. Yeah, I would chew you out. Because it was some throws you didn't have to do, but Lane Kiffin's so arrogant, you just go and you taking on the personality of your coach. No.
But KT, wouldn't if Bieniemy using your model, if Bieniemy is the guy, wouldn't Jameis Winston look equally well in his system? Couldn't Bieniemy get acquiesce him to his system as well?
I could see it. Now, Q, you know I'm a Florida State fan. I've been a Florida State fan since I was 8. I could see it. Now, this is just rose-colored glasses. And if this ever happens, Q, play the lottery. If we hire Bieniemy and he's able to keep Carmichael to stay, and I'm going to have to go a little Pokemon, cross-polymises his offense with Kansas City with what Pete Carmichael and them did,
mm-hmm.
Heaven help the rest of the league because it's going to be awesome. We're going to run the score up.
Mm-hmm.
I could see him doing it, but would I see him doing if he did it with Jameis? It'd be underneath throws. Then when they cheat up, okay, bomb them over the top unless we just have burners at wide receivers.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, KT. I mean, the Saints offense, they need some more talent in the wide receiver room. I 100% agree. The Saints, in my opinion, wide receiver is of need. The offensive line is in a bit of flux.
Another tight end because I'm not sold on Big Fish. Now, one guy I want you to keep an eye out for. He has the pedigree, and you know the Saints like drafting people whose family had family members in the league. Kenny Stills, Mark Ingram, Shy Tuttle. Derek Deese Jr. His dad was a guard for the 49ers, and he's a tight end. He's athletic. He's about like 6'4", 240, but he runs like a wide receiver. He catches like a wide receiver. He blocks like he's man at the world. He just went to San Jose State.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll come in and tell you some draft gems throughout the show, but
right.
One last question, and I'm gonna let y'all have it. What defensive player, if you could get them? Well, it's a two-part question. One, is this the year we finally trade down and get more picks? And two, defensive player is available. One guy you thought that wouldn't fall, say, for instance, anybody. The safety from Oregon, the safety from Baylor, one of the cornerbacks from Alabama is available, or a premier linebacker is available. What position are you going for with your first defensive draft pick in the draft?
First and foremost, bro, that's a good question about them trading down. That's something that they did in the in the past. They have a lot of draft picks this year. I don't know if they kind of trade down this year. I mean, it's possible. If I was operating in that first round like that, I'd be trying to just gather some starters. But to answer your question, Cam is there. I'm looking at the line. The Saints put Davenport in the mix. You still got Peyton Turner from last year there. So I'm going to go safety. I'm going to go safety here. You talked about Petrie. I like Petrie.
He can hit and he can cover.
Right. So I do like Petrie. And the issue is, you know, sooner or later, if we don't pay Marcus Williams, because, you know, the Saints going to have to decide on what they're going to do with Marcus Williams. And Malcolm Jenkins is a guy that's getting older and older, so we're going to have to do something with that. So, and then behind those guys, you don't have anybody. PJ, you can sign him back cheap, but he's not considered the future of the team. You're going to have to in draft capital in your secondary. Like we got a Debo there. We're going to have to get some young talent in the back then the safety range. We definitely got to upgrade the safety in the room. If we're not going to pay Marcus Williams, we're going to need some other safeties to be back there to play for the Saints. But I do like Petrie.
Q, you know I'm a Florida State fan, and I'm sorry for cutting you off, Rob. I would let PJ go for a bowl of Yakimine and a fruit punch big shot soda. Get him out of here.
He played well this year, though, KT. he was third on the team, tied with Lattimore and
what you call him, the handshake coordinator?
That old handshake coordinator. He stepped up this year. I got to give
Q. Anytime I'm a Florida State fan, and I'm like get him out of there, even if the broke clock is right twice a day, he need to go. I'm gonna let Rob go. What do you feel about the Saints? How do you feel about the Saints training down? Do you see it happening this year? And your first defensive pick, what position are you going?
I think I could see us trading down. I don't know how, but I feel like I could see us trading down. My defensive pick, I'd probably go and grab a defensive lineman or a safety.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you fellas for having me. I got a question for your dad before I get out of here. Hey, Q.
Yes, sir.
Are we going to get a draft gym video this year? If you need some names, you know I got you.
We're going to do it, KT. I'm gonna get you and Jim Kev and another brother up here. We're going to talk about the draft, man.
You know who's real good at that you might have to reach back out to? Brother Louis T.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do that, man. Louis is a cool dude, man. I love talking to him.
Yeah, he's real good. He was the one that sold me on Michael Thomas. So
yeah, he good. Yeah, I like Louis, man. A lot. I enjoy talking to him, man. But yeah, I'm gonna do that, KT. Hey, bro, much love to you, bro. You stay safe out there, my brother, and keep and stay close, bro.
Yeah, I'll do the same. Who that?
Who that, my brother? That brother KT, man. Good to hear from KT. Been a while, man. Good to hear you doing good. All right, we got some more people coming in. Please feel free to hit the like button. I got my son riding shotgun with me in this piece tonight on the broadcast here. The link is pinned to the chat. You won't pop in. We got brother K. Scott. Next up, K. Scott, what's happening? Who that to you, my brother? Welcome to the stream.
What's that, baby? How you doing?
Doing good, bro. How you feeling?
Good to see you, man. Good to see the Prince on the stage today.
Yes,
Appreciate it. Good to see the Prince on the stage. You're grooming them right. You're grooming them right.
He been asking to get on for some time, bro, and I finally was able to put it together, bro. So yeah, I'm happy he here.
Yes, sir. Man, it got a lot I want to talk about, bro. You know, just like with the draft and everything. I'm just tired, you know. It is hard for me why we not giving my brother, you know, of course, if everything was like our way, you know, like the great, like the late great, was that Luther Vandross said the world was mine? I would love to have Sean Watson.
The world was mine. No, I ain't gonna.
Yeah,
that was him and Roberta Flack, wasn't it? That was Roberta
Hold on, I'm in a bad area. Hold on.
If this world.
Yeah, she was on there.
Man,
she was on there, sir. Yeah, that was the jam back in the day.
Jam, bro. Go ahead, brother Kid.
Yeah, but of course, I would love to have Deshaun Watson. Who the hell wouldn't? He is truly a generational talent. But I don't know why everybody's slipping on Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston, since he's been in the league, never had. I'm sorry, that's all. I gotta get some fix on my car. But Jameis Winston, since he's been in the league, he have not had one piece of consistency until last year. And last year was probably the worst year ever that happened to the Saints. I'm talking about with injuries and COVID and all that stuff. Last year was the worst year ever that happened to the Saints. We had no chance of having any type of stability in our presence last year. And with that, said, but I have this. Oh yeah. I want to pull it over because I gotta get that damn can't fix on my goddamn car.
Okay.
It's Christmas time, I just gotta get something fixed on it. I just haven't had a chance to put it in the shop yet, but it's about to get done. But anyway, James Winston never had any type of stability in his car, any type of stability in his life, such as like no type of coaches, no type of coordinator, hardly no type of offensive stability at all. The front office never did really care about it. I think they just chose him because he was number one He was number one pick that year. He finally grew up to be a man under Sean Payton and Drew Brees. And so far, like, we quick to throw him under the bus. I like to see that man have a full year before we make our analysis on him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I like to see him a full year. I think everybody saw who was the same player. That boy played the first 7 games under handcuff. Sean Payton wouldn't let him do nothing. Nothing past his 15, 20 plays. He would not let him do nothing past his 15, 20 plays. And when he finally unleashed them, he got hurt in that game against Tampa Bay. I believe this year, if you get the right coach on him, who is that, Bieniemy from Kansas City, I believe that boy could be a MVP type talent. You can't say he don't have the arm. You can't say he ain't got the legs. You can't say from this year that he haven't made great decisions, bro. The dude threw for 15 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions.
Yeah, it was. I want to say 14-3. I want to say 14.
Yeah, 14-3. Come on now.
I'm gonna look it up, but that's what my mind is saying. It's 14-3.
Well, think about it. 14-3, and we didn't even have a number 2 receiver out there. All we had were number 3s and 4s. So think about if you would have gave him this a decent number 2, somebody who could catch the ball instead of once every 4 balls that get thrown to him.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. With talent, brother K Scott. Yeah, you're right. The Saints were working with a lot of undrafted guys because that's what we was doing. Now, I know Coach Payton could have went and reached out and picked up some more talent to help out, but he had he loved that wide receiver room and that tight end room to the point where he didn't want to bring. I mean, he brought in guys. Remember, he brought in the guy from who's playing lacrosse. He brought him in here, and then he got rid of him, and then he brought Kenny Stills in here. So he brought guys in that didn't take time away from the young wide receivers that were developing. But the key point here is that those young wide receivers got all kind of time and hot reps to be able to develop, and they should be at least a level or so higher than what they were the previous year because they got a lot of burn this past season, which should aid in their development. Let me just pause just for a second here, brother K. Scott, and do two things. Brother Adada, thank you for your super chat. Number 1, he says, is it possible that if EB, which is Bieniemy, is hired, he may ask KC for a trade with one of their wide receivers, Pringle or Yardman? Just a thought, since we have an extra 3rd round pick. This could be the case, brother Dada. I mean, you're absolutely right. If Eric Bieniemy is the guy for the black and gold, I'm pretty sure he will want some of the guys that he was working with in Kansas City. So he would bring some people here, offensive staff and players that some might be free agents or ones that he might deal in trade. So this is a great point right here as well. And also, let me get an opportunity. J-Rock, what's up, brother? Says, who that Q and fam? By the way, that wasn't Roberta on it. It was Cheryl. I just looked it up, and you're absolutely right. It was Cheryl Lynn. If this world would, I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna stop. Rush Hour
Because
said,
your prince looking confused, like, what the hell is he singing?
"Oh, hey,
I thought he
my
looking at it like, what is this
son,
old man singing right here?
hey,
Lord.
brother K Scott, my son know I be putting on them old good music, that old school. I be playing it. Tell him, Rob, I be playing when I'm cooking, right? We cooking, I'll be up in there dancing and playing the old school music good. A lot of the old school music my son like. I play old school rap. I'll be playing a lot of old school R&B too. But he be hipping me to the
Yeah.
type of music he like too. Rush Hour, thank you for your super chat. Says I like Jordan Davis. They call him Godzilla, defensive lineman from the Georgia Bulldogs. That's that big old boy.
That is true.
That's that big
But let me
old
tell you,
boy.
that's a monster. That is a monster right there.
Big
You
old
put
boy.
him in the middle. Oh my God! You put him in the middle. That's like Warren Sapp 2.0. I'm talking about he get in that middle. He go, whoo! If anybody get him, bro, that gonna be a scary. Damn, that gonna be a scary proposition.
Yeah,
He one of those that I want to see.
yeah, that will be fun to see if the Saints land that guy and plug him next to David Onyemata. It'll create a really you're not gonna be able to run on the. I mean, you can't run on the Saints now, but when
Oh
you
yeah.
have that big old boy down there right there, man, you gonna shut everything down. That's a traffic jam and then
You
some right there.
you talking about if you put him right there, you talking about possibly having the number one defense in the league. You're
Yeah,
talking about possibly truly having the number one
yeah,
defense in the league because
yeah.
if Cam come back and Cam keep going on what he did for the last 7 games of this season into next year, and if please knock on wood, if Davenport stay healthy, if everybody come back healthy and stay healthy this year,
Right.
there's no doubt we would have the number one defense. There's
Oh,
no doubt that we would have
oh,
number one. If we had that big Godzilla in the middle, oh my God, it would be something devastating, bro. You put
yeah.
like this.
He's a
Not
monster.
only he would clog up the run game, but if he stand up, the quarterback can't really see down the middle of the field. So he basically would like block up the middle of the field
Batted
where you
balls
can't
and
see over
everything. Right.
it. Yeah, it's gonna be nasty. But the draft this year, I want to get onto the draft. Besides talking about James, I want to get on the draft this year. I would love for us. I want us to go receiver and a couple of offensive linemen. I think it's time for a retool our offensive line because the offensive lineman is the engine of our offense, bro. When that offensive lineman is healthy, the lead know that we unstoppable. They get nasty. They open up the hole so Alvin Kamara can run for 100 yards as well as get out there and run for the screen plays as well as do a great pass protection. So we need the offensive lineman. We need some new blood offensive lineman going to come in and just be able to not retool but reload like you say with Alabama. Reload. It's time to reload that offense lineman. It's time to bring in like 2 or 3 studs in there who is interchangeable, who could flip flop, who could change position, but able to do their job at a Pro Bowler type state.
Thank you,
And I
Danny.
think if we got the coaching stuff in line, we could be able to have that.
Yeah, you got a point there, KT. I mean, the Saints got a lot it's not a lot to figure out. I mean, in terms of we know what we got to do. We just have to make the decisions. First and foremost, like we've said, and somebody asked me a question about Dennis Allen. I'm sorry. I was trying to read it, and then it kind of skipped on me about me liking Dennis Allen. But first of all, Demi, thank you for your super sticker. And KT, thank you too, bro, for your super chat. Says, don't sleep on the the other tackle. Yeah, I was looking at the rankings on those guys, and there's 3 defensive linemen for Georgia that's ranked in the top. I want to say in terms
Let
of
me
the
see from
defensive linemen,
Georgia.
they're ranked. Georgia got it. They got
Georgia.
Davis. Jordan Davis is the big guy. The other guy is Travon Walker, and the other guy is Devontae Wyatt. And those are all big old dudes there that's playing for him. And all of those guys are thought to be guys that's going to be playing in the NFL at the next level. All right.
Let me tell you something.
Says, don't sleep on Wyatt. Yeah, I just talked about him. Offensive pass rush at Davis is that's a super nose tackle. But go ahead, brother K. Scott.
Oh yeah. Now But like this, like you said, what you saw in Georgia this year, like I told everybody at work, because I live out here in Atlanta. Let me tell you something. This is y'all only year. This is y'all true year to win the championship. If y'all don't win this year, y'all not gonna win it for another 20 years. But they had nothing but people on that defense who gonna play on Sunday. Then everybody on that Georgia defense is gonna play on Sunday. That's what type of team they had on their defense. Their defense was flying all over everywhere they want to go. But besides that, I do not want, if it's not Jameis Winston, even if it's not Russell Wilson, because I don't feel like giving all the draft picks for Russell Wilson. I know he's a great talent every day, but I'm not giving all that for him because we're not going to cripple our team to get a great player. We need a great team. Great teams win championships, not just great players.
It's the same dynamic with Pelican talk right now. We talked about the New Orleans Pelicans on the Pelican postgame report. Family members starting to see that the team is starting to play well together, and then it becomes that old thought process of whether you see the team starting to grow together, whether you want to divide them up and break them up and put assets together to get a more talented player to bring here to expedite the process. Because in motion, the Saints are not alone. This is not a long range situation. You got guys the Saints are going to be counting on for deep playoff runs. We're talking about Cam Jordan. We're talking about Demario Davis. We're talking about even guys like Malcolm Jenkins and guys like that. They don't have an extended window. They have 2 to 3 years in this window. They got to get it right now. So the Saints going to have to smartly do what they've been doing with Jeff Ireland for president, bringing the right aid, and we got some of the best assistants in the business to be able to develop this talent into a way where it helps the team, being productive. And of course, the moves to try to see about getting players via draft. I don't know about the Russell Wilson thing. I really don't know because he's so flip-floppish, it's ridiculous. And the Aaron Rodgers thing, I just doubt Green Bay would be foolish enough to trade Aaron Rodgers in the NFC to a rival like the Saints who demolished them in week 1.
That'd be stupid. That'd be real stupid. That'd be real stupid.
If he was in the AFC, I could see them getting rid of him and sending him to the NFC so they have to play him but one time. But for us to trade him, for them to trade him within the NFC to the Saints, the only way that happened is the Saints would have to overcompensate the Packers, overcompensate the Flip Wilson to get these guys here. So, I don't know what the thought process is going to be. Also, the fixing of the offensive line and all that.
Brett Favre went to Minnesota.
And, of course, we got Swade on the line.
What's up, Swade?
Man, what's up, family?
What's up, baby, man? Shoot. Well, I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see the fam on the stage, man. Glad to hear your voice. Look, I gave you a moment of silence. The era of trust of Peyton we had to bury him. We had to send him all the glory. We did our second line and everything. But you know what? It's a good it's a good thing that Sean Payton left. And I'm gonna tell you why. It feel like I had to say like this. He was stuck in his ways, and I did not see him evolving.
Ooh.
I did not see him evolving. I'm talking about and Q will tell you, and a lot of great Saint take will tell you, a lot of games we didn't there call the play because we knew what the hell Sean Payton was gonna do.
Yeah.
Like we saw a play all right, here come a screen, here come a short pass up Kamara, here go a slot. Here go a flea flicker to these are like we call the plays. And so with the fans, we call the plays. You think the defense coordinator don't see the same thing?
Yeah,
I agree. His pattern was getting known, and he was probably just when somebody had too much power. Very, very seldom when somebody have that much power, they was willing to look themselves in the mirror. So you know what? I need to retain some things. So time to me do a 2.0. The only few great coaches did that. Andy Reid did that. Even Nick Saban did that. Because if you know, Nick Saban was in that old side. We're gonna play defense, run the ball down the throat. But then he started running to Clemson. Clemson started tearing that tail up. Said, hold on. I need to get me a quarterback. I need to start using these receivers. I need to open this playbook up because they starting to torch me. And I want to keep winning. I better do what I got to do. And Sean Payton did not want to do that. So it's a great. I'm gonna miss him more than any other Saints fan in there. I'm gonna miss him, but you know what? It's time for you to ride off in the sunset. Tip my hat off to you. Take a shot of whiskey with you, baby, and hope nothing but the best results for you, man. Nothing for the best rest of your life. But we need somebody else. We need some new blood. We need some blood in here with some swag. We need a brother in there. I like this.
Man, that was y'all want. Y'all want a brother in there.
Oh, but I want a brother who got the opportunities like any Caucasian quarterback got the opportunity to prove himself. I want a brother who had the opportunity to prove himself. Cause put like this, your boy over there, the coach from Pittsburgh, been there 15 years. Marvin Harrison, Hugh Jackson, they gave him the opportunity. They did well. They did great. Give that man the opportunity. Give that boy from your boy from Kansas City or the coach from Miami, give him even Brian Leftwich, give him an opportunity. And I probably with all the weapons we got and the weapons we about to get, there won't be no stop. He be walking to a great situation instead of always walking to a bullshit situation like usually a black coach walking to the New York Jets. And you know that's a horrible situation.
Yeah. I'll tell you what though, I wouldn't get Flores now. The coach from the brother from the Miami. I wouldn't touch him right now.
Why not?
And the reason I say that because now you're suing the NFL, and the same way the NFL was against Peyton, he'll definitely be against him. So we don't need that kind of.
I can say that one I can understand that. And one night he did put him on blast, but I look like this. Ella, I like a coach who got some cojones.
Yeah,
I like a coach who got some cojones, baby.
Well, let me tell you something. He definitely got that. Anytime you suing the NFL in several teams while looking for a head coaching job, you definitely got some kahunas and you're pretty bold.
Yeah, his ball's dragging like Goku. You heard? All right.
Got the element tied inside. You just dragging this thing. Whatever. Okay, all right. Yay. And on TV, big chest out. I'm talking about his chest sticking out big on television doing them interviews. Saying like, yeah, y'all need to chill out with this stuff. And it's about time. It's about time. But like this, I want to put one little look at how you feel about trading on White Thunder, Taysom Hill for like a 4th round pick.
Oh, I'm definitely about that.
I mean, they're gonna have to do something with Taysom. I mean, once again, it depends on who's going to be the head coach. Because if it's Dennis Allen, if it's Dennis Allen, more than likely, and this is just my thought process on it to the family, to the Great Saint Think Tank, and Who Dat Nation. My thought process is Dennis Allen is going to be the coach. I just think because it's Coach Payton's successor. He named him. They worship Coach. I ain't gonna say they worship him, but his name has weight in the New Orleans organization. So they asked him who your successor be. He put Dennis Allen out there. If it's and the word on the street, and we all know this is nothing new, that Dennis Allen is the forerunner for the job.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is positioned behind him. And why? Because he already has pretty much most of his staff assembled. Most of his staff is assembled. His defense. Dennis Allen's the head coach. Carmichael's your offensive coordinator. You know that.
I don't like it.
Carmichael.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Carmichael's your offensive coordinator. Your defense.
But you know what? That's you know what
would either be one or two men. It would either be Coach Richard, the architect of the Legion of Boom in Seattle, or it'll be Ryan Nielsen, your defensive line / assistant head coach. That'll be one of those two gentlemen.
But let's hear.
You fill it out as you see fit. But the majority of the staff is in place. Plus, they worked with him before. He has the ins and outs on everything for them. And the Saints already said in language that you can sparse it out that Mickey Loomis done dropped over several different interviews that we played on the show is that they're not looking for a total rebuild. They're looking to kind of keep things going, and they have a if it ain't broke,
don't fix it.
Don't fix it mentality. Even though
that offense was pretty much broke.
Say that again, this way.
That offense was pretty much broke, if you ask me.
Yeah, you're right. They gotta add more talent there, and I think the Saints is going to do that because we still retain Jeff Ireland and a lot of other people. We know that wide receiver room needs to be improved. We know that we need more help at the offensive line. We need to situate the offensive line. Tight end, we can use a guy there as well, and we need help in the secondary, namely at the safety position. We're gonna need help back there.
Well, I hear you. With the safety help, I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine at that if we can retain those players. But as far as the offense goes, and as far as getting Dennis Allen goes, I really just don't agree with Dennis Allen being a head coach. And it may disturb him the fact that, he is the successor or should be in people's opinion. And we just keep him at defensive coordinator and then lose him somewhere down the line. But I would definitely love to get Eric Bieniemy or Byron Leftwich in here. I would love to see that.
That's
when they told Doug Peterson, when they said Doug Peterson, I was like, oh no.
I said, oh hell no. I said, oh hell no. No. Please no. No, right. Don't do that. No.
Please, baby, please.
Please help me. Help me, please.
I didn't want to see that. And as far as quarterback goes, like until it's Winston's job to lose, and I definitely.
In what scenario? In the Dennis Allen scenario, if Bieniemy come here, you think he gonna want the Jameis or he gonna want to go with his own man?
He might want to go with his own man, but I mean, I do see Winston as being, he did a good job. He was 5-2 before he got injured. The same way Jeff Blake got injured and not Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm talking about? What's his name? Who came after Jeff Blake? Who was that? Aaron Brooks.
Aaron Brooks
took Jeff Blake's job. Right. Yeah, Jeff Blake. Jeff Blake was doing the damn good job.
Yeah, he got hurt. He lost his job due to injury, something that the old coaches said they're never supposed to happen.
That's true. That's true. But he came in. He came in, did such a great job, and he saw how the team energy went to a whole nother level. That's why I feel Jameis Winston, like, I believe that the team believes in him. If they believe in him, like he went 5-2. Honestly, he damn should went 7-0 or at least 6-1 because that damn New York Giants game, that was nothing to do with Jameis. That had everything to do with with Sean Payton, who's no longer here right now. That was his fault.
Don't say that too loud. We're gonna defend him to the hilt.
Hey, that was his job. He gone now.
No, I'm not defending him no more. He's no longer a Who Dat. So it's open season.
What?
It's open season.
What?
Put that on breaking news. See what I'm saying? Sean Payton no longer stay. We can't.
Hold on, brother.
Yep, it's over.
Hold on. Sway.
Breaking news.
You got the breaking news. Sway, say that again to the great Saint think tank that what? Peyton no longer a member of the team and it's open season on him. I want you to say
hey, I'm number one. I'm a Saints fan. So if you're not a Saint and you're not a Who Dat, it's open season. It's open season, bro. That's just what it is. We appreciate what you gave, but
no more trust the Peyton.
Oh no, that's dead.
What?
That boy said the thrillers go. The thrillers go.
That's dead.
He got shirts and shit made. Got to trust the Peyton. You got to throw them all out now.
You got to flip the Hades. You got to
Oh my goodness. But hey, brother K. Scott, look, man, I appreciate you chiming in, bro. We got a few more people behind you. We're going to roll.
Oh, man, I don't want to hold you up, bro.
Yeah, we got
I
9:30.
appreciate.
I'm gonna try to get everybody in there before 9:30. That's our cutoff point.
I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all, man. When you let me know when y'all doing it again, I'll get back on the line again, man, bro. I wish everybody, man, a wonderful 2022, man. This gonna be a blessed year, not only for our team, New Orleans Saints, but each individual person who is a part of this podcast, who is a part of our families, bro. This gonna be a great year. This gonna be a prosperous year. This gonna be a blessed year, man. So I just want to tell everybody I love them. I pray over them, and I wish nothing but happiness and joy in your lives, bro. And I thank you for the opportunity, my brother.
Thank you, brother K. Scott. Same to you, bro. You be safe out there. God bless you. And who that to you?
Who that?
Who that did it?
All right, brother K. Scott, man. Appreciate him. Great brother. Hey, and I'd just like to give a shout out to my son, Robert. It popped on, he popped off, but I enjoyed him being on the show. We got to bring him back and do it again some more. So yeah, I appreciate him. I'm proud of him. He's stepped on here and handle this business. So yeah, be looking out for him down the line, y'all. All right, so let's keep it going. We got brother Prime on the line. We got brother Jerry chiming in. With next up the line, we got Nino on the go. So Nino, welcome to the live stream, my friend. How you doing?
What's good, fellas? Y'all doing all right?
Yes, sir.
Good to have brother. You here.
Who that? Man, y'all was touching up on the situation, man, and I'm glad I came across this channel about the sub. Y'all was talking about the no problem, the coaching situation. Dennis Allen would be cool, but I think, man, I just feel like we just need to erase that whole era, because I truly still feel like they gonna still have a little sense of that Sean Payton in the locker room. Sean Payton gone, the man quit. I love Sean Payton. He bought us a Super Bowl. Let's move forward from that. It seems like right now the young hot coaches is the commodity. Look at my man over there with the Rams. Look at my man LaFleur. Like look at EB. Look at my man Kyle Shanahan. Man, let's get EB a Leftwich, man, and go and bring them dudes in here. Let's go and give them a shot, man. And me personally, I really want Leftwich just because of I truly feel that wherever Leftwich go, Chris Godwin gonna go, and we need another receiver.
Yeah,
the
Leftwich thing is intriguing. The Saints requested to interview him. Tampa Bay approved the request, and Leftwich didn't. He wasn't. I don't know if he was not interested, but the two didn't get together. I know the Saints did what they were supposed to do, but Leftwich, I guess he was preoccupied with the Jaguars move, and then I think he's looking at the Texans right now. But man, yeah, Eric Bieniemy is, like I said, Coach Payton got on out of here. He stepped away, and they have some really good coaches right now with really good offensive acumen that we can get and fill in. So yeah, new blood in the building. It's just whether or not the Saints are going to be evolutionary minded or are they going to be more traditionalist. So that's the concepts of what we did. They are talking to these guys, but whether it's real or are they just using them to fulfill the Rooney Rule, we'll find out real soon, because that was the barking points. One of the barking points of Coach Flores when he was talking about what was going on with the Miami Dolphins situation, and the fact that he alleges that the owner was trying to get him to violate tampering rules, as well as paying him to tank, which is I totally believe that. I definitely believe that. He even gave a figure. But absolutely.
Yeah, Hugh Jackson even came out and said this week.
That's right.
He was
backed them up.
Yeah, off of that too. But
as far as the coaching, I definitely wouldn't hire him. I definitely wouldn't hire Flores, even though he possibly be a good coach.
Oh no, like we gonna get it worse than Sean Payton. Like y'all thought we got robbed in the NFC. Boy, they're gonna have people coming out the stands tackling people. But like honestly, I'm gonna touch up on this. It really don't matter, y'all, if we get Belichick, Bill Walsh. It don't matter. If we don't have no quarterback, we ain't gonna do nothing. So my thing was, and I truly
remember this.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, remember this, that Brian Johnson and Trent Dilfer are Super Bowl winning quarterbacks.
True that. You exactly. They are, and Brian Johnson and Trent Dilfer and Rex Grossman went to a Super Bowl too. Don't forget about him.
There you go.
But
so we relied on the defense.
That's true. But I think as of right now, the league didn't change just a little bit from how football was back then. Them dudes could play defense back then. You can't play defense now. Like, if you play defense now, I mean, it's really the pick of the litter. It's really because you didn't get the flag go your way. We Saints fans, we didn't been robbed. Y'all know how this go. But I just truly feel that you still need that quarterback. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just like even with the with the Taysom Hill games. Like, the defense came in and played lights out against Tampa Bay, and we won. But it was still 2 passes that Taysom Hill, if he would have hit, it was a wheel route for the fullback coming up the middle, and it was another one. If he hit them passes, bro, we blow them out. Eventually, your quarterback gonna have to make a play. Eventually.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, and how the NFC, and that's why I was so mad Sean left this year, because the NFC is wide open. I think A-Rod finna go to Denver. So the NFC, Sean Payton, was yours.
Yeah, it is. It is, because the NFC South is just all open. The NFC period, like you said, is wide open. You know, the strongest division in the NFC now would be the NFC West.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, bro, like, why retire now? But it's all good though. My whole thing was, he gone. Let's just bring in a whole new culture, man. Because I truly feel like Dennis Allen gonna kind of still do the Sean Payton thing, and I kind of feel like even if he rub a player the wrong way, like say if you rub a Kamara the wrong way, man, Kamara, man, the hell with you, bro. You ain't Sean. You see what I'm saying? Like, get somebody in there that's gonna change the whole culture. And I like Dennis Allen. I like him. But it's just, when Sean gone, let's just get somebody to come in there and just change the whole culture, man.
Yeah, that's a great point. Good point.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, the quarterback position is super uber important to the success of your team. And we got circumstances where the defense, we had elite level defenses and elite level rushing attacks carrying the team, and the quarterback just had to sit on top and not screw it up by turning the ball over. So yeah, you're absolutely right, Nino. Hey, appreciate you chiming in, bro. We got some more guys behind you, but hey, great commentary. No, thank you, my brother. And who that to you? Appreciate you being here.
Appreciate y'all. Who that?
Who that? All right, that's brother Nino, new to the stream. Much love to brother Nino. Give him a shout out, family. Give him a shout out. New family member just finding the channel. Much love to you, brother Nino. Great commentary. All right, we got brother Clay Matthews is next on the docket here. Let's get him in here. Brother Clay, how you doing, sir?
Pretty good, Q. Definitely love the show. I always listen. This is my first time dialing in. I mean, I can't go a day without listening to you. So I've never dialed in, but I got a little. I mean, I like what everybody the panel is saying, but I think timing is everything. And I really think that, like you've been saying really all week, Q, I think Dennis Allen is the guy. I really like Eric Bieniemy. I like Leftwich. I like it Bieniemy better. But I think it's just a situation. It's time. And I think Dennis Allen deserves, I wouldn't call him retread, but technically I guess he is retread. But he got more experience. He learned. I feel he learned from his deal out with the Raiders, and I mean, Carmichael is an excellent coach. I mean, we talk about him, but I mean, the man is been doing an excellent job just since he's been here. Dennis Allen got the locker room. He definitely have the defense. Keep Carmichael in place. My biggest thing is time. I mean, it just Bieniemy and all the other guys, Afro-American coaches coming along. It's really coming along really in a good time. Right. But Dennis Allen deserved the job. It shouldn't be a slam dunk, but I think he earned the job rather. I guess we say it like that. I wouldn't be mad at all if Dennis Allen get the job. It's not like he's a garbage coach. He's been doing pretty good. Got the team together. The main thing, he got the locker room, and he does have the respect of the players. You keep Carmichael. Carmichael made it clear you don't want to go anywhere. So it wouldn't be a big transition over on the offensive side. Defense would be set to go. I would definitely go with the defensive end. I heard a caller was asking, had some panel out there, or had some players out there. I would go to the guy from Georgia. I wouldn't pick a wide receiver in the first round because this year is loaded. You can get a stud wide receiver in the first practically 3 rounds. I would go with a defensive player, defensive end or safety with the first round pick. And like the few callers ago said, hey, Jameis Winston is the quarterback. I don't care. I mean, Jameis Winston can make all the throws, got the legs, got the smarts, got the head. He's still young. You still can get him for a good price, and then we can, continue to build with the rest of the team. So I'm excited about it this year. I think, Dennis Allen has the job. I mean, if we get it, Bieniemy, you probably Carmichael going to probably stay. I think Dennis Allen will probably definitely be gone. We had to go get us the defensive coordinator, probably move up. What is his name? The boy from.
But how long would Dennis Allen be gone? I mean, he has at least a year or 2 left in his contract, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he has 2 years left in his contract, 2 to 3 for sure, because he just signed an extension a few years ago.
Right, so he can't go anywhere pretty much for a while.
Well, I mean, I think it would be a situation where he don't get the job, I don't want to be here, I don't know. I think he's a classier guy than that, but to me, the ideal thing would be to bring in Bieniemy, keep Dennis Allen as the defensive coordinator, okay, pretty much keep Carmichael and Dennis Allen Carmichael and Bieniemy working together. I think that'll be we got the special team, we got the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball. That would be a match made in heaven. But realistically, I think it's Dennis Allen, and I think Dennis Allen deserved the job. I really do. I don't think he's a garbage coach. I mean, he didn't had his opportunity in LA or Oakland or whatever, and came back. I really think Dennis Allen I think it's a win-win situation for the Saints. I really do. Because I hear all this, which I don't listen to the national media big time, but excuse me, a few times I hear some of the shows and whatnot. All the Saints and what rebuild and busting it up, man. This team is loaded, man. I mean, we 1 or 2 players away in the offense. Well, maybe a receiver, 2, receiver, tight end. Jameis is going to be back. Defensive side of the ball. We loaded, and we still didn't have Peyton Turner and that Tyson Wild, his name. Last year. So we believe me. Like I heard. A few days ago, Loomis was saying people are calling him for the job. So the Saints' job is a good. I'm not saying from a Who Dat fan. I'm going to call a spade like Q. Do it. Don't call a spade a spade. Saints not perfect, and when they do jacked up stuff, we call them out. But this is a good job. I'm telling you. I wish I had coaching experience. I put my name in the hat.
For real.
But man, I respect you, the show, Q. I really like the show. I really enjoy the show, and I even have my wife around here talking about the big think tank. It's really informative information, and it's not watered down. You're gonna tell it like it is. It kind of remind me of a younger version of myself, and it's a pretty good show.
Thank you, Brother Clay. I appreciate you, man. Much love, bro. I appreciate you, Brother Clay. Thank you for chiming in, brother. Who that to you, bro? And thank you again. Appreciate you and your wife.
All right.
All right. Hey, man.
Clay, man. Thank you,
man. I agree. I agree with him. You know what? You look at it, reality states that, Dennis Allen will be the head coach. But even though he's under contract, you can get a new coach in. He'll still be our defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? Change a few things around. I definitely agree with that, man. I agree with that. 110%.
And family make a great point in the Great Saint Think Tank about the Saints fulfilled the Rooney Rule obligation. I mean, the mandate they fulfill that. I got to give them that because of the interviewing of Brian Flores and Aaron Glenn. And Bieniemy, and that's a great point, family. that really Bieniemy, they didn't really have to interview Bieniemy. If that was the case, they could have just named Dennis Allen, waited a couple days and said, okay, we named Dennis Allen, because I know Rizzi was supposed to be on that thing. Dan Rizzi, though we know Dan Rizzi has, I ain't gonna say zero chance, but a small percentage of chance of being a head coach of the Saints. But listen, Eric Bieniemy is a guy that is definitely somebody the Saints are that they want to talk to and interview and get that over with. Because you're right, that's a great point about the Saints already appeased the Rooney Rule with the interviews of both Aaron Glenn and Brian Flores. So was Bieniemy here? He was a Johnny come lately to the party. Remember, there was no, you got to interview him.
Yeah, but Johnny be good.
He's very good, man. The guy is terrific, man. They saying that he don't do well in the interviews, but look at his track record when he's out there
right. I
on
mean,
the football field.
Floyd Mayweather can't add or read. Floyd Mayweather can't read, but he can show damn box.
He can whoop your ass though. But
there you go.
Eric Bieniemy, 5 years, top 3 offenses with my homeboy, Super Bowl winning OC, former NFL player. So I mean, he's got quite the resume to behold, and there could be something there.
And then I can start making some public Bieniemy shirts. You know what I'm saying? My public Bieniemy. Sleeping with Bieniemy. Yeah, come on now. Bieniemy of the state.
Yeah, see, there you go. All you gonna get the Great Saint think tank all turning, all running. Now you done started some shit now, Swade. You got public Bieniemy. You got public Bieniemy.
Public Bieniemy.
You got public Bieniemy. You got what's the other one, Swade? What's the other one?
Sleeping with Bieniemy. Sleeping with Bieniemy.
Sleeping with
Bieniemy of the state.
The Bieniemy of the state. Okay, I got you down. All right. So you gonna get them going now. They gonna start throwing it all out now. All right. So listen, fam, we got about 5 minutes left to go on the show for the rest of the family members. Brother Jerry, Brother Rudy, Uncle Paulie. I promise. But cycle back tomorrow and open up the lines again, and we'll jump in this thing and do it again. I got time for one more person, about 4 minutes to jump in there for Brother Prime. So the rest of the family members, I promise, I'm going to come back tomorrow, open up the lines, and I put y'all ahead of the line. So, Brother Prime, welcome to the stream.
Gentlemen.
I hate to rush you, my friend, but we got about 4 minutes before we end the stream. But the floor is yours, my friend. Welcome on in.
Thank you. What I posted a couple of days ago, fraternity brother that pledged at the same chapter as me, but in year 2000 for Road Chapter in Southern University, is a relative of Bieniemy, and he the one that said it's not about his interview, is about some incident that happened to him in college, and he didn't want to get details with me. I said, okay, yeah. all good. Okay. So
yeah, I remember hearing that, Brother Brian. They said somebody told me the same thing. They're holding it over his head.
Yeah, I think that was me, because I said inside scoop, and
that
was
said,
you. Yeah, that was me. Because when I found, first of all, it was amazing that he plays the same chapter as I did, but to be related to him, that was just a trip. Now, I'm gonna say a couple of things before you go. I got a shirt for you. You keep your friends close, but you keep your enemy closer.
The enemy's closer. Yeah. I like it. I love it.
So that's the best one yet.
So all these people. There you go. You could take that one. I don't care. You talk about, some people talking about if Taysom did that if as a fifth, we all be drunk now. So let's leave the ifs alone. And now we know who the real Saint fans are. Keep Jameis. Don't let Jameis go out the door. I think the Saints probably gonna draft I wouldn't be surprised they draft the offensive lineman in the first round or defensive lineman in the first round, and don't try to get them to play out of position.
Right.
That's just and I'm gonna tell you right now, don't be surprised. Do not be surprised if Bieniemy is on his coaching staff, because if Peyton has so much confidence in Allen, Why didn't he make Allen the assistant head coach when he was still on the staff, and he made a defensive line coach the assistant coach?
He was trying not to lose Ryan. He was trying to handcuff Ryan Nilsson and keep him here, and he gave him a increase in his money, and he gave him the extra title because that assistant head coach label was with Campbell, who's the current head coach of the Detroit Lions. That was his title. He was the tight end / assistant head coach. And when Campbell left, Coach Payton, because you knew he was trying to go to Ryan Nilsson was trying to go and take the defensive coordinator job with LSU under Coach Orgeron, which didn't work out that well. He would have been back on the street. Coach Payton blocked the move, gave him the assistant term, upped his money, and have him here. So we'll see how it all twists and turns on the back end of the thing if Ryan Nilsson sticks around, because we could lose a few of our assistants.
Well, I'm going to say a couple of more things. I'm going to let you go. I know you want to get out in another 3 minutes, but my take on this whole situation is, I know a lot of people are upset about there are not that many black coaches in the NFL, which is true. It's not going to be up to the fans. It's going to be up to black football players to say something about it, because they're the ones that are making shitloads of money, and they're the ones that's being affected by the job. So it's really going to have to be them. They're going to have to do like the NBA did, like the NBA players did with the NBA a few years ago when they was having some of the same problems. So it's really going to be up to the players. Because I know deep down inside, a lot of you all want to start being Saints fans. So let's just be honest about that. Because I'm a Saints fan through and through, and I'm a Who Dat through and through. Look, but I'm also say that I just look at this whole situation as, I wouldn't be surprised. Eric Bieniemy is either the assistant coach or the head coach. Let's say Bieniemy head coach, offensive coordinator. They keep Allen and make him the assistant coach, or vice versa. I wouldn't be surprised. Some kind of way they figure a way to get both of them on the staff, because I just think, first of all, he's a homeboy. Isn't he from New Orleans? Right? He's from New Orleans, right?
Yep, right. He's in charge of the girls. Yeah.
Man, could you just imagine? And I know the NFL like looking at money. Could you imagine the money they would make off of merchandise along with Bieniemy being the black head coach of this organization with a black quarterback? I know there are some fans out there that may have a problem with him, but pluck them. I don't care.
Yeah.
We don't need any foolishness. Look, we gotta move forward. And closing it out, and I appreciate you letting me in, because I know I came in at the last minute, but put Taysom as either trade him or put him at H-back. Enough said. That experiment needs to be over with, and send the other quarterback, set him walking.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about Ian Book? Yeah, he can go, bro. I don't want to read that book.
I'm talking about that other knucklehead. I'm talking about that other knucklehead, the one that was the backup quarterback. Yeah, Seaman.
I think Simmons a free agent, so I think, and plus the Saints, he probably catch on somewhere due to injuries and the C-19 stuff. He might find an opportunity somewhere else. But the Saints also then added Blake Bortles to the practice squad, so
Blake probably better than him.
Well, I mean, he does have a little bit more upside, than a Trevor Siemian per se. But that was still a decision that was made by the previous head coach. So a lot of these moves could very well change.
And don't forget, think about all the things that Peyton did that put us in the hole, because if I wasn't mistaken, Peyton had a lot of clout in that office, in that organization, about what players he wanted. And Mickey had to make the numbers work. So his hand marks fingerprints are all on this also. So don't just let him get away with a free pass. And like I told my Dallas Cowboy fans at my work, I say, okay, y'all get him. Y'all can have him. We want 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s, and probably a couple of players. And if the NFL don't like him, what makes you think the NFL commissioner is going to like him even more if he goes to Dallas?
Exactly. Just more of a headache. You're right.
Got a point. Well, Brother Prime, once again, bro, you're always dropping the science, bro. I appreciate that.
One thing I do agree with this whole era is going to definitely weed out the true Saints fan.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
Yes, it is.
yeah. There's gonna be a little transition here. Definitely that.
Go support whatever team you want to support. I don't care. But if you're not a Saint, you're not a Saints fan if you leave. So we'll see. Like if people like Rudy would be calling next year.
Oh, brother Prime, come on, bro. All right, brother Prime.
Good night, my brothers, and y'all take care of yourselves. Peace, soul, and love. You're gonna be back on tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna pop up tomorrow, brother Prime. I'll be in the building. Thank you, bro.
All right, later.
Who that?
Who that?
Oh, you stuck it to Rudy, man. Rudy just was on the well, anyway, much love, fam. Once again, I'd like to thank all the family members for joining us for this episode of the Coma. TSC Saints getting close to naming the head coach.
I gotta end it. I gotta end it with my jokes.
All right, Sway, go ahead. The floor is yours, bro.
Huh?
Go ahead. The floor is yours, bro.
Okay, the Flores is yours. Okay. All right, so here you go. It's my Black History jokes here. I got two of them for you. Where did the KKK celebrate Black History?
Okay, where did the KKK celebrate Black History at?
Yeah, where do they celebrate Black History?
They don't celebrate Black History.
They celebrate it in the hood.
That's messed up, man. That's terrible, bro.
One more. Got another one.
All right,
another one, and
ahead,
I'm
bro.
going.
You got that one. You got that one.
All right, all right.
The one said in the White House.
You know what? And that's a fact. That's a fact. They celebrate the White House.
Oh, Duane, I like his too. He said, "Well, it's celebrated in the White House." I should have said. I should have said that one. Oh, but go ahead. What's the other joke, bro? What's the other one?
All right, let's see here. What was Betty Shabazz insecure about?
Malcolm's ex.
Yes, he was. That's what it is right there. Thank you, folks. Thank you.
Yeah, I swear, there was two good ones right there, bro. You got to keep them on that level. Keep them that beautiful Bill on the floor. Those two, bro. Those was pretty good.
Bill on the floor. All right.
That was good. All right, so much love to the fam. I appreciate y'all for chiming in on this. So please hit the like button if you hadn't already hit it. Please hit the subscribe button and join the Great Saint Think Tank. The Great Saint Think Tank. I'm all choked up. Today, hit the notification bell as well, fam, and shop at the merch shops. We got hundreds of products available at the merch shop. For our Pelican family members, you can go over to the Pelican Postgame Report and check out the community page there. We got some new merch we dropped. Our new Straight Jacket Jones, our tribute to Herb Jones, and Magnum BI. Those shirts are available at our Pelican channel as well. Much love to y'all, man. I will be back tomorrow. Sway, would you join us tomorrow on the Sunday stream?
I would love to.
All right, Sway gonna be back with more jokes too to end the show. So much love. We'll be back tomorrow. Who that to your guys, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons. We won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit for Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, Who Dat Nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is Saints Super Bowl.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PR
for the New Orleans Saints.
The WhoDatDaily.com. That's right, the WhoDatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who Dat and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, WhoDatDaily.com is your site. The WhoDatDaily.com for the sport Who Dat in all of us.